Welcome to City Week, ladies and gentlemen. Now it's a pleasure being joined by Matt Peczka from the American Medical Response Team. Matt, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
Well, Matt, I know this is the first time I have an opportunity to sit down with you, so I always like to kind of get to know my guests and who I have here amongst me. So if you don't mind, tell me a little bit about yourself.
Sure. So I'm a paramedic, licensed paramedic with the state of Georgia. Okay. I work with American Medical Response currently. I'm the regional clinical manager. I support our AMR ground operations in Georgia and in the state of Florida. I also support our Air Evac Life Team bases here in Georgia, including the one here in LaGrange. Okay. I've been in EMS for 20 years. I'm going into my 20th year in EMS. I've been with the company about 12 years or so.
They robbed you from the cradle, right?
I'm reminded every day how long I've been in this industry. Yeah, right. Yeah, absolutely. But I wouldn't do anything different. This is my life's work, and I truly enjoy it.
Very good. Now you said ground operation. Help us understand ground operation.
Sure. So our parent company, which is Global Medical Response, we have both ground EMS. So our ambulances, and you'll see them here in Troup County in the city of LaGrange. They service this particular community, as well as we have air ambulances in our company as well. So Air Evac Life Team is a part of our Global Medical Response footprint. They have 13 bases here in the state of Georgia, to include one here in Troup County. Been here a very long time. Yes. So we do a little bit of both, in addition to special event coverage and many other types of things that we get into.
Oh, okay. Now you say you've been in it 20 years, Matt. Let me ask you, what was the drive or your desire? What made you want to be in this field?
So mine particularly, and I think many folks my age would say this is the same in our industry, was 9/11. 9/11 really pushed me into this particular industry. I really can remember watching TV and watching the trucks and the people, moving folks, away from the towers and putting out the fires and things of that nature. And it really pushed me that seemed to be something that I could make my life's work and would be good work to do.
Very good. And you're talking about that. I know that today you're here to talk about how other persons and people can get involved in this, and it is the Earn While You Learn EMT Academy. Talk a little bit about that for us, if you don't mind.
Absolutely. So we're super excited to have our EMT Earn While You Learn Academy here in LaGrange, here in Troup County. For AMR, this is something we've been doing for a few years now. It started up in one of our operations in New York State as a trial, and it was incredibly successful. And as many things that are successful, it's grown legs throughout the company, right? The premise of the program is, there's a particularly high need for EMTs, in EMS across the country, not just with AMR, not just here in Georgia, but really everywhere. And the historical model has been, somebody wants to be an EMT, they apply to maybe a technical college or a private, EMT program, and they pay and they go and do their thing, and they get the license and they go begin to work. What we've kind of identified is one of the barriers to that sometimes is it's tough to work, and continue to earn a living during that time. Some people, the tuition may be a challenge for them and things along those lines. So we decided that we might have the opportunity to remove all of those barriers.
Oh, wow.
So our Earn While You Learn students, when they come on board with us, they are not only provided with an EMT program that is no cost to them. We cover the tuition, we cover books, we cover your first attempt at the licensing exam, all of that stuff that is all 100% free to the students. Wow. But not only do we do that, but we also will pay them a wage while they are in class. So an hourly wage for our EMT students while they're in school.
Wow. Takes all the barriers away, doesn't it?
We find that it does. So for folks that maybe where they were like me, maybe they've seen things on TV, they've seen ambulances or fire trucks on shows, and it's like maybe that's something I want to get into. But I've got work, I got bills to pay, I got this, I got that. We'll help you with that.
Very good, very good. Now, and understand this is not the first time, because you all just graduated your first class Monday the 19th.
Yes, yeah.
Talk a little bit about that.
Absolutely.
For us, if you don't mind.
So this is, yeah, no, definitely. So this will be our second EMT cohort that's going to come through our program here in LaGrange.
Okay.
We do have a graduation ceremony this coming Monday, the 19th, as you mentioned, for the EMT students, as well as we had a group of students that went through our internal paramedic program, which is that next level of licensure for those folks.
Okay.
We're going to be graduating those folks on Monday. We're super excited for that. The program on the first go-around for the EMTs was incredibly successful. We had a really great retention rate. Those folks performed very well in the class. We have high hopes for them on the licensure exams. So we decided that it worked so well the first time. Let's go ahead and fire it up again. Yeah.
Very good. And talking about EMTs and the first responders, there, as you talked about there being a shortage. I had a doctor appointment prior to our taping here. And to see the field of younger people coming along, it's kind of exciting and encouraging.
Yeah.
Because we need that next wave of generation to come into those fields to fill those voids and things of that nature. Let me ask you, what are some of the things that they'll go through, Matt, when they're there in class, if you don't mind?
Yeah, absolutely. So the class is kind of two-part.
Okay.
So they'll there's kind of a lecture component, right? They'll do a lot of knowledge-based activities to really get that how does the human body work? What does it look like when it's not working the way it's supposed to? And what am I supposed to do? For certain types of illnesses or injuries and things along those lines. And then you couple that with a skills component. So not only the what do I do, but the how do I do it, right? So how do I stop bleeding? How do I check for blood pressures and for pulses? How do I perform CPR? How do I splint a broken extremity? Things along those lines. So it's a knowledge base. It's also a skills base, and then it will move them into and prepare them for their licensing exams.
Very good, very good. Now, Matt, I know that you all are in the application phase
Yes.
now, and we want to make sure that we don't leave your cohort out, your coworker. I'm hoping that we'll get her on too, because she said, no, I'm sitting here for more support.
No, we should totally get her on.
We should definitely get her on. Magdala is the recruiter, right?
Yes.
Applications are being taken from what time to what time?
Yep, so the application is currently open for our Earn While You Learn program here in LaGrange.
Okay.
We will take applications through January the 27th, the end of day there. You can find those applications on our website, which is www.amr.net/careers. And you'll use the search function on that website to search down to applications and job openings here in the state of Georgia, and you'll see it right there for our LaGrange Earn While You Learn Academy.
Very good. Now, and where are you guys located so that people know, and I know a lot of times people go past a location and they never realize that that's the area. So tell us where you guys are located.
So our office here in LaGrange is on West Lucan Industrial Boulevard. It's a great location for us, plenty of room for us to house the ambulances, and a great kind of centralized location here in the county for us to maintain a level of service.
Okay, very good. Now, and I know that in anything, firefighter, police officers, various things of that nature, there may be an age requirement. What's the minimum age that they have to be or should be in order to apply?
So the minimum age that we can put through the class is 18, and that's just simply from a licensing standpoint, so that these folks are able to be licensed at the end of the course. But from 18, all the way up, we'll take them.
How about answer their maximum age?
No. Now I tell you that sometimes this work's a young man's game, but that's not to say that that we can we'd be happy to take anybody who really has a passion for taking care of people and for helping their community.
Okay, very good. Is there any type of physical agility that they'll have to go through in order?
Yep. As part of our hiring requirements for American Medical Response, there is a physical agility test that kind of simulates some of the activities that somebody might participate in while they're on an EMS call. Lifting patients, lifting a stretcher, equipment, things along those lines. In addition to that, there is a background check and a drug screen that we will perform just as a vetting to make sure that folks are hireable from AMR standards. Also, there is an aptitude test that folks would go through, and that's really just to make sure that these folks are properly prepared coming into the course to be able to read at that particular level, do basic math, things along those lines, just so that we can make sure that they have the opportunity to be successful. Absolutely.
Definitely, you definitely want to make sure that you get core people that's going to be able to provide, perform those functions on a daily basis, because a lot of times when we go up to an accident, we see the first responders there, and they need to be able to lift someone or extract someone from a vehicle, various things of that nature. So I'm guessing you all are looking at it not only from a financial standpoint or providing those benefits for them, but also from a liability standpoint too.
Yeah, we want to make sure that we keep people safe. Not just our patients certainly, but also our providers, right? And so we want to make sure we're setting folks up for success. We're not putting them in a situation that might get somebody hurt or things along those lines.
Absolutely. And you say there's a licensing component. So after, and how long is the class? Is it 4 weeks, 8 weeks?
So the class is 10 weeks. It's a 10-week class, and they will meet on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for full days. So they'll be there from 8 in the morning till 4 or 5 o'clock in the evening, and for 10 weeks long, and then they'll move into a testing phase at that point. So they'll take a practical exam where they'll test their particular skills that they've learned during the class to ensure that they can perform those skills appropriately. And then they'll also take a cognitive exam. We used to say written exam. It's not written anymore, right? It's all on computers, but a cognitive exam as well to make sure they have the knowledge that they need. And then once they pass that, they'll apply to the state of Georgia for an EMT license, and they can begin working.
Okay. And is that cost covered by you all as well?
Yes, that cost is covered by us as well.
Wow. Okay. Yep. Very good. Yeah, and also I know that you guys have instructors from throughout the state that will be coming in. I know that the instructor for this one is Adam Watson.
Yes, that's correct. Yeah, Adam is one of our supervisors here in our Troop County operation. He's absolutely fantastic. He also is a licensed Georgia EMT instructor, and we're super excited to have him running the ship on this particular cohort.
Well, very good. Also, as we were talking before we came on, Magdala was telling us not only are you guys recruiting for Troop County, there's other counties that you all are also looking to recruit in as well?
Absolutely. So AMR currently functions not just here in Troop County, but also in DeKalb County, and as well as in North Fulton County up in the metro area. We are running Earn While You Learn programs in those operations as well. And so if for anybody that might be interested in moving up in that direction, or that sees this and maybe from that particular area, you can go to that same website right there for amr.net/careers, and you can apply for either of those programs as well.
Very good. A lot of great information, and as you stated, a need in our community, a way of being able to give back to the community, to serve others as you have served, as you stated. Maybe something inspire you to say, hey, that's the profession I want to be in. Any closing comments or last words?
No, just really appreciate you guys letting us come on and promote the program. It's been very successful for us as a company. We're super excited by it, and we'd love for anybody who really has a desire and a passion for helping people and providing a service to their community to come on board with us, and we'll get you through it.
Very good. Matt, well, it's a pleasure sitting down with you.
Thank you.
This very great information. I know that our viewing audience and hopefully some of the younger folks and those that maybe not so young will give you guys a call or go on the website and get some applications in and get into the program. So thank you very much for being my guest on the show today.
No, thank you.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining City Week this week. My guests have been from American Medical Response Team. I had on Regional Clinical Manager Mike Peczka as he talked about the Earn While You Learn EMT Academy. They are now taking applications through January the 27th. So by all means, ladies and gentlemen, if you're interested, go out to their website, www.amr.net/careers, so that you can learn more about how to become an EMT. And also, ladies and gentlemen, just remember, the costs for these classes are being taken care of by them. So ladies and gentlemen, give them a call or either go to their website. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope that you've enjoyed this interview. And as always, I want to invite you back for more City Week. But before I close, I want to take this time to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.